and then I'll start. Going to be talking about big miners in copper and gold, and just mixed together the biggest ones, because with gold potentially being very upward momentum soon. It's a good time to look into these companies. At the same token, if they do go down, you can also do puts on them. So there's different ways to play the market. So yeah, so the first company that I'm going to be talking about is Lundin Mining. And I'm going to be talking about Freeport MCMORAN and NEWMONT Corp. So it's going to be pretty good. Hello. All right, I guess I'll just start. There's two people here, so I'm sure more people will come in through the stream. But yeah, I'm a compound interest stock guy, and talk a lot about cannabis, but I'm also talk about commodities, and I track them on investing.com. But these companies I haven't done an insane amount of due diligence on, but I've been looking into them in the last couple of days. So I'm just sharing my knowledge, and I'm just gonna go through this. I mean, you can just see me on the live stream. I can't show you this. I don't have the intel to understand how to show you as well, but I'm gonna do my best to explain everything. So here in 2019 with Lundin Mining, the ticker is LUN, I believe, and it's on the TSX. They've been around a long time, and in 2019 they say 227,000 to 245,000 ounces of copper. Now they were doing 272,000 to 296,000 in 2020. That's what their expectations are, as well as 294 to 318,000, because they acquired a mine from Yamana, YRI. So that also includes 180 to 200,000 ounces of gold for 2020 to 2021. So the way that I'm looking at this whole production profile is basically about 70% of their revenues, or 65% of their revenues, come from copper. So, and then the rest comes from zinc and nickel and gold. So with zinc, they do 172,000 to 185,000 in ounces, and for 2020, and that's more than they did in 2019. So that's like 20,000 more to 30,000 more in ounces of zinc. Zinc's not that expensive, but all the base metals are very low prices, so they could go up a lot, and that could really increase this company. I don't have a position in this company, but yeah, again, I want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment information purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about. Buy or sell after you did your own research, due diligence, and you like the investments you're pursuing. So yeah, so that's really cool that they're growing their ounces now in nickel, which I think nickel is a very good component of Tesla. They need a lot of that for their for the batteries. So in 2019, they did 12 to 14,000 tons, and in 2020, they intend to do 15 to 18,000. So that's increasing. That's good. And they also increase their dividend. So that's a very nice thing. They have an annualized yield of 2.1% yield, and they have that's a 33% increase on their quarterly dividend to 4 cents. So they have a quarterly dividend every quarter, 3 months, of 4 cents per share. So that's 16 cents per year. And it's anticipated to be declared on February. So it hasn't been done. They also have a NCIB, is the same as what Valens company has they have the NCIB, and that's it's to be able to buy their shares and take them off the market. So that was done in December 6th. Just a second. Gotta plug in my computer so it doesn't die. So and make opportunity purchase to create shareholder value. So that's very good. So yeah, I mean, their revenues by metal, they said 65% copper, 14% zinc, 9% gold, 7% nickel, 2% lead, and 3% other. So that's really cool. Yeah, so their cash cost per pound of copper is $1.45. And it's just increasing the amount of tons that they're doing. So I don't like the price of copper right now. It has got killed, so that's not the greatest thing about this company. But that's not the only thing they're doing. They're gonna get about 100,000, I believe, ounces every year for 2020 to 2021. So if gold goes to $2,000 an ounce, that's a lot of money. That's like 200 million, right? So, and that would be good margins too, right? So that's really cool. Now, it's pretty much the basis of I mean, there's a lot to go into, and I got a lot of different companies to explain in this video, so I don't want to take all day. But I think Lundin, if you believe in those resources, the fact that they're going up, and you know there's more to look at as far as the balance sheet and all. This is just a start to look into these companies and realize that's their assets, and understand if copper starts going up, Lundin Mining is a very good company to look into. So it's pretty much, I think I might have a financials on Lundin Mining. Yeah, this is a good report. So 3 months of revenue is 538 million in September. So they're going to do more come 2020. So that's just like a profile of what they're kind of doing. Their net earnings weren't that great for some reasons. They had a current tax expense that was 29 million and a deferred tax expense that was 16, so that kind of cut into their earnings. But their EBITDA was pretty good. It was about 77 million, and their net earnings is 32 million. So they're also doing like they give a dividend, so that takes away from their net earnings. So that's how it works. And it said they had a total comprehensive loss of 17 million, so that's not good at all. But if you want to play this company, you're basing it on the fact you believe in the fact that copper and zinc and nickel are at bottom basement prices, and in the long term they'll go up a lot, and you can make more money from the fact that this company will have more net income every quarter because of those prices going up. So they have about total liabilities of 522 million in like big ones are deferred tax liabilities and deferred revenue. So, and they have goodwill of 134 million. So their assets are 1.3 billion. I think they're trading around 5 billion market cap, and they have 157 million in cash. So, and they got inventory of 212 million. So, yeah, that's enough financials and stuff on Lundin Mining. I don't have a problem. You guys can go look ahead into that in the future for Lundin. It's a good company to look into. Seen lots of good things about this company. So that's just what's up. Now with the next company is going to be Freeport MCMORAN, which is a big copper player. And with the same with you're seeing with the Lundin, copper players also get gold. So that's a good thing about owning a copper player, is you're also getting gold in there. So net income attributed to common stock totaled 9 million. So that they didn't do very good this quarter because the price of copper is down. and I guess some other reasons, but they're expected to approximately 3.5 billion pounds of copper. So if copper goes to like 350, 325, that's a lot of increase in net income that they can do at those prices, as well as molybdenum is 88 million pounds for 2020. This was expected, and 725 million pounds of copper. 105 pounds of copper. 725 million pounds of copper, 105,000 ounces of gold, and 22 million pounds of molybdenum. Okay, so that's what they did for the quarter, but that's what they're saying that they're going to have 0.8 million ounces of gold. So that's really good. That's about 800,000 ounces of gold for 2020. So hey, if gold goes up in price a lot, that's really good for the company. Their average unit costs were 167 per pound of copper and 174 per pound of copper for 2019. So they're lowering it at the end of the year. Operating cash flows totaled 170 million. Capital expenditures totaled 0.7 billion. FCX generated 452 million in proceeds from asset sales, so they sold something. Consolidated debt is very high at 9.8 billion, and consolidated cash totaled 2 billion. So they have no borrowings and 3.5 billion available under its revolving credit facility. And they're declaring a quarterly cash dividend on February 3rd. It'll be delivered of 5 cents per share. A quarterly, so that's 20 cents per year. So yeah, I mean, revenues for 3 months were 3.9 billion. So they make a lot of money, and it's basically the fact that just copper prices suck. So as soon as copper prices go up a lot, then this company will they'll do very good. Cash and cash equivalents. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, they're very leveraged towards the price of copper, so that's just what's up. So it's enough about Freeport. You can look into them on Freeport MCMORAN. FCX is the ticker. And then we're going to look into NEWMONT Gold. Yeah, if you just came in here now, I just looked at Freeport MCMORAN, ticker FCX, which is very leveraged towards copper. And then also looked at Lundin Mining. So that's what's up. And oh my God, NEWMONT. Okay, NEWMONT Gold is the biggest gold player because they bought who they buy. I forget who they bought, but they bought the biggest one. So they're trading for 58.11, and their ticker in Canada is NGT. And I'm just going to do like a little run through on the company. I'm not going to go into his depth as much as with Lundin Mining and FCX. But if you can get into that as well, you can just go to their website at NEWMONT Corp and get the download, go to the investor section, and then look more into it. So they did a dividend of 18 cents. So they have 1.27% yield, and their EPS is 368, and their PE ratio is 15.8. So it's very low, especially if you see the price going up a lot in gold. So it's trading at $58. And yeah, it seems like a lot of money, but this is the best company as far as just a straight up miner in gold that I'm aware of. I mean, yeah, you can get streaming companies like Franco-Nevada and Wheaton Precious Metal, but this is pretty much the biggest. So it's just continuously going up. Like from May, it was at $40. Excuse me. And now it's $58. So for every dollar that it goes up in price, that they make just tons and tons of money. So like if gold goes up $50, $100, that's just all net income. So that's what's up. And then with they're gonna get some other stuff, but just baked in the fact that the price hasn't really been baked into their value, because if at the 15 PE ratio, and they're going to report very soon that that price of gold for the whole quarter will be a lot better. So they're gonna do very well, as long as they don't do anything catastrophic. I think with the price of gold hidden closer to 1600 and moving forward, that's just some companies to look into. I'm saying to buy or to sell these companies necessarily. I don't own any positions in these, but I do know that Freeport McMoran got killed reporting their financials, as well as copper went down a lot recently, just in the last couple days. And there's a lot of things to look into as far as that goes. But yeah, Freeport McMoran, FCX, and Lundin Mining, and NGT Newmont Gold in Canada. I'm not sure what their ticker is in USA, but they're big player. Now for streamers, there's Wheaton Precious Metals, as well as uh, there's Franco Nevada FNV. And Wheaton Precious Metals is a good one because they're also pegged to palladium as well as silver. So, and then there's also one such as FEI for silver players. If you want to focus on silver, FEI, and then as well as First Majestic, FRAG, and Pan America Silver, PAAS. And those are pretty much the ones that I think are the best companies for every type industry. Copper is FCX, I believe. And for gold, you look at different ones like GOLD, Barrick Gold, or ABX. And then, there's the Newmont. And I think those are the ones you want to have in your portfolio, and they're going to give you a dividend, and they're not going to cause you a lot of stress, because if they're an exploration company and they don't get a good holes, and they show their results, then it's just going to go bang, boom, 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 down. So anyways, I just thought I'd make this little video, and I haven't seen anybody really participate, so I can't see it. My screen's kind of dying, so okay. Oh, sorry. Five Finger, I didn't see you earlier. Let me just read your comments. Made $28,000 on PBIO. Okay, so what is that? Can you tell me about that? Company sold all my bag holders, put all the money on PBO. Went from. That's good. That's good, Five Finger. I'm impressed with your determination to make money after you made losses. That's it's a good trait to have, especially in this market. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like the reason why I'm bringing you guys this attention about these companies is because, okay, so people are saying, oh, like coronavirus, right? And that's going to take down the market. Like, that's not taking down the market. It's not. It has nothing to do with the coronavirus. That's just something to throw at the media and get them all scared, and then to be like paranoid and not think properly. What really is that the price of oil is going down, and then that takes uh it takes down copper, nickel prices, takes down the bank companies, like things like that. It has because crude oil is the lifeblood of the whole SPY, pretty much. I mean, it barely many stocks go up, unless the only way it would really work differently is if they didn't really peg it to, like, the SPY didn't peg it to the crude prices going up, and they just it would go up if if Tesla went up. Then if they just went like all in on Tesla, all the guys on CNBC who are connected with all the institutions. That's what I think. Equipment company for extraction CBD. Okay. Yeah, no, I think if it's a good extraction equipment, then yeah, I think that those are gonna do pretty good. The CBD market's just, I think, gonna start. I bet you noticed that, hey, in USA. Yeah, I looked at the chart. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. PBI. Yeah, it's just kind of chilling around 250 or something US, it says, but it went up a lot. So how'd you hear about this stock? Like, who told me about this company? I always find it interesting to follow bioscience companies. I find they're very extremely volatile for investing. Yeah, I don't know about PBIO. I hope you do good on it. I'm not sure. It's just with biosciences, they can just drop on a hat. Yeah, I mean, I can talk a little bit about cannabis stocks and like labs. I think with MetaPharm Labs is that, I don't know if you heard about this, but they're suing a company because uh they didn't get $10 million. So they didn't get $10 million and they're pissed. So, and there's no name. You can't even track it because it says like go back to February 12th press release, and the press release is a no name. So who knows who would be, but when people find out, like that company will do bad. Yeah, if they had a sale, it would blow up. You know which company you should look into? LC LCI. LCI, man. LCI, it might be up your alley. I don't know if it's gonna go up, to be honest. I'm not saying it's gonna go up, but I think when it does go up, it's gonna do really good because it's just gonna be about hype because they have an FDA approved cocaine nasal spray. So yeah. And they're also like they already have a business kind of. So I mean it's not like a super successful business, but at the same time, like they still have like something to fall back onto. But I haven't bought into that company, but it was like trading around. Oh, okay. So you got out of PBIO. Yeah. I need to have like a desk and stuff like that to be able to trade more. I was trading on Friday. Uh yeah. I gotta stop investing into some of these stocks. Just gotta chill, wait. Um put a lot of stress on me, even though I'm like bag holding on some of these companies. Hopefully things are really rocketing. I know it's safe. Watch safe, man. 360 Solutions. That company's I have a position in them decent. And yeah, they went up pretty good on Thursday and Friday after they did a halt. So there was like, oh, what's the deal with this halt? And then they didn't know. And then it came back down on Friday because there was no news about it. That's what the company said. And then later in the day, it was like trading around 6.5 cents in Canada, and all of a sudden at the end of the day, it hit like 10.5. Like then it closed at 9.5 cents, and that company's guiding for 60 to 80 million in 2020, and they did 8.6 million last quarter. So if they do say like 10, 15. Yes, day trading is very stressful. I agree. Um, Especially in those biotech stocks. Like when I made money on Zyme last year when I had call options on ZYNE, and it was like I started with a $5 strike, and then it went berserk, and then I just like rolled it over to like $10, $12 strikes. But yeah, Zion's an interesting company as well. I just don't really know, like the direction of this market's so fragmented. It's like so confusing to follow. Uh you know, even like the biggest experts, like it throws them for a loop, because just with like the oil keeps going down. So as long as oil keeps going down, a lot of these big companies will go down. And I think people that are like so stoked on Tesla should really shut their mouth, and start selling Tesla instead of like beating their chest or, yeah, we're like Tesla's the greatest. Um, Realize that Tesla has a lot to overcome, and you know, I just don't think that, you know, where the price is going is a little dramatic for where they're at right now. But you know, the stock market could take it to $800 to $1,000 as well. Yeah, yeah, I'd like to take a, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I don't know, with companies such as like ACP. ACP looks really sketchy right now. I know it was kind of going up, and there was like room for it to go up, but right now I'm not buying the move. I think Afri is a good company. If I think around like $5 USD, somewhere around $5 USD, I think is a good position. Just because they got a lot of cash, they're in a very dominant cash position. That's what I think. But their CEO said they had a lot of more sales coming. Well, that's good, man. I'm happy you made money on that. Yeah, some of these companies, you just never know when they're gonna go up, and then when they do go up, you just gotta like take your profits and run, because the market will take it down like as fast. Like that's what I'm thinking with like safe. I think safe can go up a lot. I think it can go to 15, 20 cents, 30 cents. But then it's going to just like drop to like 15 cents or something. So, yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to get going. Just wanted to make this video. I was hoping a few more people would come into the video, but that's okay. I'm sure people will watch it later. Went into depth on FCX, Freeport McMoran. Yeah, I agree, man. $5, under $5. I know, I'm looking at it too, man. I mean, like not right now. Like you don't have to rush into it. I mean, you could get a few, I guess. If you were like say if you want to have like 3,000 shares, be like, okay, I'll buy like 200 shares, 300 shares. And then when it gets down to your price, then you like throw out a big offer like 800,000, 1,500 shares or something like that. I mean, I think that's a good strategy. I think Afri is very safe because the the German side, I think no one's really doing it. The distribution, I think the distribution could pay off very handsomely in the future, because they'll just like send all their product to their distribution, and then they won't deal with any other company probably. They'll just like block a wall. And then with CC Pharma, they'll just like 80% of all the cannabis they'll sell is just Afria. So that, and then I think they're doing pretty good. Like they got a lot of vapes in Canada. They got like a Dosis. That's what it's like. Have you heard of those Dosis vapes? Five finger. They're basically they go. Yeah, you're right. I should have scheduled live chats. I know I'm not I I'm not the best at all this stuff. So Dosis, I'll learn. I'll try to have scheduled chats. I just don't know. I'll figure it out. Uh, I wasn't even planning on really doing this. I just figured, I was like, whatever. I was either gonna make the video by myself or live stream it, and I just figured I'd live stream it. But yeah, I could do scheduled chats. I'm not really sure what time. I don't really like. I wouldn't want to really do a live chat during the trading day. I'm not really I'm really focused on what's going on, so I don't really want to take away from focus and like get distracted and stuff. If I would like want to make a position or something like that, or I don't know, but after trading or like maybe before trading or like the end of the day or something, I guess I could work something out. Maybe like once a week or something, a scheduled live chat, which like would work for people. but I'm not sure what yeah, so doses is just a vape, and so you press on it, and then after like a few seconds, then it just goes away. So it gives you a perfect time to just to get that, and then it'll stop. Like it'll give you a certain dose, and then and then there's Pax Labs, and now Pax has like Afri has a lot of Pax Labs vapes as well. Now there's like 5 or 6 SKUs of Pax Labs, and they also have C Cell. So they're working every vape company, but like as far as their flower, they're not. I don't think they're ever going to be the biggest flower sale, and they don't have any edibles. Yeah, Sunday nights 8 p.m. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll try that. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow because I don't even know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I was thinking about going to see my brother, but I don't know. My parents are just making it difficult. He's like in the hospital and stuff, so I don't know. There's like my brother's wife's just making it extremely difficult. I'm like 10 hours away, so I don't know. Not even interested right now to even go back, but enough about that. So I don't know. Afria's got the Broken Coast is good for them, and then just the fact they got the EU GMP, and they got a deal with the government for 2020 to sell them 1,000 kilograms and grow it in Germany, and that distribution revenue will be good. So I do like Afria. I don't like them the most. Like they're not my favorite company, but I don't think it's bad to have some Afria in your portfolio. I mean, I picked them in my Canada Berkshire Hathaway portfolio, so I don't think that's bad to have it. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Five Finger Lid and whoever's in here. Yeah, it's a tough situation. Five Finger Lid. It's just like she's just being like she's like putting a gate on everything, but then she's like saying that I'm in denial because I don't want to see my brother or I haven't seen my brother. And it's like, listen, I'm like 10 hours away, and I was there like a while ago. Like I've invited him to come over to my place back before he was in the hospital, and everything's just got fucking crazy. And I just don't like. I don't even like. I want to be there, but at the same time, if it's like if you guys are making my life so difficult that it's not reasonable, then I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna stay here, and I'll go there sometime. But it's like fuck. So yeah, it's tough. I don't like the whole way that doctors do the system. I mean, I think it'd be a lot better if you just was able to just focus on like CBD oil or like, I mean, there's like there's like CBN. Who knows? Like, I think that would be a lot more beneficial than all the drugs that he takes. Like, they give him steroids, they give him this, they give him that, and then now he was like freaking out or something like that because he's on the steroids or something like that, and it's like fuck. Like that's what happens when doctors get involved and they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they just like do surgery. They're like, okay, we'll just kill this person pretty much. That's what's happened to my brother. So whatever. Anyways, you guys take care. I'll try to maybe make it a live scheduled chat sometime, and maybe talk like let people know maybe like 3 or 4 days ahead of time or something like that. But whatever. I'm making videos. It's out there. If people want to watch my videos, I got the knowledge out there on the biggest companies in platinum, biggest companies in copper, biggest companies in gold, biggest companies in extraction, like all over. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And you guys have a good end of your weekend today and tonight and tomorrow. And Shaka, peace. I'm out.